Okay. What's up, witches?
What's up, witches? I'm Linda. Of course, she's Linda. And I'm John.
And this is Getting Witchy.
So grab your drink. We are now about to get into the cryptids of California.
Yes, my home state. And we are going to start off with the Billywhack monster.
It's basically the freaking Sasquatch or Bigfoot, correct? The Billywhack is basically
kind of, but this one has horns.
Horns?
Yeah, he ram like horns on his head.
I think he got locked in a room. Oh, that was you. Yeah. Never mind. So it's like bathroom door. Okay.
Anyway.
Sorry, that was nerd getting ready for work or school or whatever nerd's getting ready for. But anyway.
So the Billywhack monster has been sighted in Santa Paula, Ventura County, California, and is said to stalk the canyons and the old concrete ruins of the Billywhack Dairy that used to be out there. It is described as a tall, muscular, ape-like creature covered in gray hair with long claws and ram-like horns on its head, and it's said to carry a large club. Now, legend ties back to a man named August Rubel, who was a very eccentric and wealthy man who was also a member of the OSS, which was the Office of Strategic Services, which is basically the precursor to the CIA. He purchased the Billywhack Dairy back in the 1920s. However, some sources state that the sightings started before that, like back in the early 1900s, like back as early as 1912, when a group of cowboys working on a nearby ranch claimed to have encountered it. Now, rumor has it that August Rubel was conducting some really bizarre genetic experiments at the Billywhack Dairy during World War II, and that the Billywhack monster is the result of one of those experiments, and it basically escaped. Now, shortly after creating the Billywhack monster, Rubel is said to have mysteriously disappeared overseas. He went overseas for something and never came back. Sightings of the Billywhack monster peaked in 1964 when the LA Times reported that it had been terrorizing hikers for hours. And in many versions of the legend, the creature throws large 50-pound rocks at people's cars as they pass by. Or
that sounds reminiscent of
the one that we talked about in
Arizona.
Yeah.
Like throwing stones at campsites.
Mm-hmm. Or if it happens to stop a vehicle, it will pound its hands on the hood of the vehicle. Sightings are said to be specifically on Aliso Canyon Road and Wheeler Canyon Road. That's about the area where that Billywhack Dairy was.
Okay. All right.
So yeah, bizarre genetic experiments.
So, and then there's also Dark Watchers.
Yes.
They are located in Santa Lucia, the Santa Lucia Mountains.
Lucia.
Yeah. Okay.
Bye, nerd. Drive safely.
Don't kill anybody that doesn't deserve it. By Mount Graham in Arizona. Wait a minute. I thought we were talking about California.
Well, yes, but this is one of those ones that crosses into multiple territories.
Okay.
They've also been seen on Mount Mingus in Tennessee. And probably a few other places.
So they're mostly located in California, but they've been seen in Arizona all the way far as far east as Tennessee.
Yes.
Okay. All right. So Dark Watchers. The Dark Watchers are a group of mysterious, dark human-like creatures who stand on the hills, ridges, and peaks observing everything that's going on. often described as wearing large brimmed hats and oh, those guys.
Yeah, the
The
large
the
brim
the like
and the capes
they
or
made a
cloaks.
movie with them. Sorry, my eyes are going nuts because I needed to read
Right,
what's on the screen, but
but not to see me.
yes. Um, oh, they made a movie. I forget what they called them though. They didn't call them the Dark Watchers. But yeah, all right. Um, so as the story goes, sightings of these beings date back to
The Shumash.
Chumash Indian legends, and the Spanish settlers who moved into the area, um, who were said to have seen these beings. They supposedly watch those who wander into the mountains and are not aggressive per se. They're most often spotted around twilight and are usually seen staring upwards toward the sky while standing on top of the mountains.
Yeah. So some of the pictures that they showed, um, it's like if you're looking up towards the top of the mountain, like you can see them standing there with their wide brimmed hat and their cloak and their walking stick.
Now, can you see? Did they see the shadow, or they actually saw?
Well, it's the silhouette. Nobody has ever seen actual features of
Gotcha,
faces. It's always just like a silhouette.
gotcha. So, author John Steinbeck wrote of them in his short story Flight, and the poet Robinson Jeffers incorporated them into some of his works. Most often said to be seen during the hours of twilight and dawn. Um,
So this is actually a quote from John Steinbeck's book Flight, or the short story.
I'm sorry, but Pepe, as soon as I read Pepe, I thought of Pepe Le Pew. I'm a Warner Brothers Bugs Bunny cartoon kind of guy, and as soon as I saw Pepe Le Pew. But anyway, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
So Pepe looked suspiciously back every minute or so, and his eyes sought the tops of the ridges ahead. Once on a white barren spur, he saw a black figure for a moment, but he looked quickly away, for it was one of the Dark Watchers. No one knew who the Watchers were, nor where they lived, but it was better to ignore them and never to show interest in them. They did not bother one who stayed on the trail and minded his own business.
Better to not bother them and interesting.
And mind your own business.
Yeah, stay in your lane, motherfucker. That's what that's saying. Stay in your lane. Um,
And then, of course, California poet Robinson Jeffers mentions them in one of his poems called Such Counsels You Gave to Me, where he wrote, he thought
interesting title of a poem.
right. He thought it might be one of the watchers who are often seen in this length of coast range, forms that look human to human eyes, but certainly are not human. They come from behind ridges to watch.
Mm.
So obviously, these things have had an impact on people if they're being written about in literature.
Well, it's in didn't I'm not trying to you either like or you dislike what's his name that did Ghostwriter. And
Oh, Nicolas Cage.
yes, you either like or dislike.
Okay.
But he made a movie. I think it was based in LA.
Okay.
Where the angels went out to watch the sunrise.
Oh, yeah, City of Angels.
That's what that made me think of reading with you when you read that.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
Maybe way off base, but that's kind of what it made me think of.
Right. Now the research basically indicated that if you see them and you call out to them or you try to approach them, they will disappear.
Mm.
So, like, just
so nothing bad will happen to
no,
you.
nothing bad will happen to you. They just disappear. They're not
well,
here
that's
to
better
be.
than some of the other
Yeah, they're not here to be meddled with.
Hmm.
So don't meddle.
Um,
Elsie.
Elsie,
Elsie.
Lake Eleanor, California.
Elsinore.
Elsinore.
Thus Elsie.
Elsinore. Yes, Elsie. Oh, so it's a oh, what is she called or he called? The Loch Ness.
Nessie.
A Nessie.
Yes, it's a
Oh,
Nessie.
okay, gotcha. Um, the average, the general descriptions are 12 to 100. Now that's a big
That's a
fucking
big
difference.
difference.
12 foot to 100 foot. Anyway, 12 to 100 foot serpent or dinosaur like creature said to look like a cross between a plesiosaur and a sea serpent. So it was first reported in 1884. Sightings have been reported at least once per decade. And in 1932, swimmers were scared out of the water by what they thought was Elsie, but ended up being a sea a sea lion pup playing with them. Um, that was put in the lake as a prank, apparently. And in 1934, Greenstreet and his wife and children reported seeing Elsie as 100 foot long with a 30-foot tail. Okay, you already said it was 100 foot long. Now you're saying that it had an additional 30-foot tail.
So head.
That description seems suspect to me. Like, how long is the mother lover? Is it 100 foot long or is it 130 foot long? Just the way it was broken down, it seems suspect to me. But anyway, um, a sea lion. Oh my goodness. And in 1967, a family boating on the lake claimed to have captured a view of Elsie. It supposedly rolled by them, making dark, high humps in the water. And in 1970, Elsie was sighted twice by Bonnie Clay, who described Elsie as being 12 feet long and 3 feet wide with a series of humps
And a
and a
dinosaur.
dinosaur head. And then later in the 70s, three state park officials supposedly saw Elsie surface about 50 feet from their craft. There were numerous reported sightings of Elsie in 1992.
Yes. Oh, I forgot to include this information.
But
Despite the many reported sightings of Elsie, there is one thing that could potentially debunk the whole thing, and that is that there was one year, if I can't remember what year it was, and I forgot to put it in here, but they had the lake actually dried up.
like what's
But
happening right now with Lake Powell and
yes,
Havasu.
yes, the lake had dried up, and there was no sightings of the creature during that time. So unless it had found its way somewhere else during that time and then came back once the lake refilled.
Okay.
So yeah, that one could potentially be debunked. Um, and then next we have the Fresno Nightcrawler, which this one is uh interesting description.
Fresno
California.
Nightcrawler.
Yes.
I know where
Yes.
Fresno is. Thank
Yes.
you very much.
Fresno Nightcrawler. So the description for this one states that it appears to be a relatively short creature, with most of its height being made up of the legs, as they possess an extremely small upper body. It's hard to find specific
You
details.
guys caught that, but she didn't see it.
It's hard to find specific details, but somebody actually likened it to a pair of pants walking around with just a head on it. Um, And all
What
of the
the fuck? No, 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 no. You're not just gonna skate past that one. Okay. It was described as what?
as looking like a pair of pants with a head on it.
Are you serious right now?
Yes.
Was
It
this from a legitimate
it
source?
it was from somebody who claimed to have seen it.
Okay. All right. All right.
Because
All right.
basically they were just trying to say it's just legs and head. Like there's no
Oh
upper
my. Well,
body.
I've seen those. Like they're usually black and white images, and it's just
Mm-hmm. And they're
fucking legs.
yes, and they're very thin legs, like stilt like.
Yes.
Um
Yes.
Now
Okay. Oh,
have
that's
been
creepy as
there have
fuck.
been videos captured, but the quality is so grainy that you can't really make out what it is.
Right.
Um, Now, the first sighting of the Fresno Nightcrawler happened in 2007 by a man named Jose. He had a surveillance camera watching his front lawn and looked at the camera when he heard a dog barking. After being woken up by his barking dogs, he observed the night crawlers. There were actually two of them, a larger one and then a smaller one, on his front lawn in the footage. He woke his brother up to rewatch the footage, and afterwards, his brother
And these
claimed
are the
yep, the legs with just a head.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
I've
Um,
seen. Oh God, those are
no,
creepy as fuck.
his brother claimed to have seen small footprints outside, and but by the time investigators got there to check it out, the evidence had been washed away.
Because of the
Um,
rain.
Probably. And after the initial sighting, the original footage mysteriously vanished.
Mm.
The only remaining footage is a very grainy video recorded from a monitor. Now, here's the truth.
And I think we've seen that. Here's the truth.
Yep,
That's the
here's
truth.
here's the truth because this
Okay.
one has actually been debunked multiple times.
Okay.
And the dude who originally saw it even admitted it was a hoax. Yep,
But this started in.
2007.
I thought we were talking about it was 70s.
No, that was
The,
LC.
oh. Okay.
Yeah. So Fresno Nightcrawler, not real. But I included him anyway because, it's a very
Well, it's
well
kind
known
of like
one.
the jackalope for Arizona that we talked about. I
Right.
mean, or the red ghost.
But
A
that one was
fucking
actually a thing. It just wasn't what they thought it was.
it was, but I still want to know how. Okay,
Yeah,
first of all,
how did Mother Lover get
so
tied to the camel?
first of all, we have a camel that escaped a U.S. Army experiment in the desert of America in the 1850s. We have a human being tied to the camel who apparently rotted because it's just bones at this point, and people think it's a demon. They see this red-haired giant beast. They've never. So, they've all seen horses. They've never seen camels. There's a fucking beast from hell with a skeleton sitting on top of it. Like, how did that get tied? I want to know. And there's nothing about it. That pisses me off. Like, I would like to know, like, who was the dude? I'm a farmer shot a camel and ended the rampage of terror that apparently it was fucking doing in the old west, but like they never identified who the person was, and there was obviously somebody tied to the fucking camel.
Right.
And you know what, if I was a camel and I had a rotting putrefied corpse on my back, I would become feral too.
Yeah, I'd go on a rampage.
Yeah. So I'm just saying, but they don't say none of the info. Anyway.
Anyway, moving on.
Sorry. Sorry. I still can't get over it. Like it was a real thing. Okay.
Just you want
Oh, what do I
to?
want to do?
Well, you got to scroll down to the next one.
Okay. My bad. Penelope. You can go ahead.
Okay. So Penelope is most often seen in the Sierra Nevadas, particularly around active logging or mining areas. She is described as a legendary creature that is 7 foot tall,
But
naked,
with the name of Penelope, naked,
naked.
with the name of Penelope,
Yes,
7 foot tall,
yes. Naked woman with dirty blonde hair
a
and
logger's
a
dream.
distorted face.
That's a logger's dream. You
Well,
realize
her
that?
appearance is said to be very unsettling.
Mm,
Um,
not by the way you're describing her.
Scroll up a little bit, please. No, no, the other way. The other way. There. Um, and she is notorious for preying on humans.
I mean, there's
Okay.
that.
Yeah, and now you can scroll back down.
Okay. Sorry, guys. Not sorry. You're here. You know this. So fucking deal with it.
Yeah, so she's said to prey on humans and
Disemboweling.
disemboweling them and eating their organs. So yeah, I don't think I'd want to meet her. She is believed to be hostile and capable of engaging in violent behavior towards individuals in remote locations.
Is believed to be hostile,
Mm-hmm.
but the sentence before that mentioned her disemboweling.
Yes.
Okay.
I mean, that would be hostile. That's a
I
hostile action.
that's definitely hostile. I kind of got that before. They didn't have to say that she can get hostile if she's gonna disembowel a motherfucker. Anyway,
She was first sighted in the 1960s, with numerous encounters reported throughout the years. Um, she is said to target isolated individuals such as miners,
so she's
loggers, and
only been cited
campers.
since the 60s.
Yes, according to my research.
Interesting. Okay.
Um, but yes, we're talking miners, loggers, campers who are either alone or in small groups. The majority of these sightings occurred in remote locations, often far from any significant human settlements. However, reports of her presence have decreased since 2014, leading to speculation about her current existence. According to legend, she was involved in a car accident in the Sierra Nevadas and survived. After leaving the crash site in search of help, she became stranded due to a winter storm and was forced to take shelter for the night. Now, in the morning, she discovered a large metal drum way out in the middle of freaking nowhere and crawled into it for warmth. But it was later revealed that the drum contained hazardous materials that had been illegally dumped in the area. Yeah, why would you crawl into a large metal drum that's just dumped in the middle of nowhere?
Anyway.
And not at least check what's in it first. Now, the exposure to those toxic substances caused a horrific transformation, changing her into her monstrous form. And from that point on,
oh, she became the fucking the swamp creature, the like deformed, like all kinds of weird.
That's what legend says.
Interesting.
And from that point on, she is said to have roamed the wilderness, becoming a
with boobs. The teenagers would still go after her. they would. She'd have like 5 nipples with only 2 boobs. Anyway, hey, our show is not for kids. We set it up that way. You must be an adult to watch the show.
Yeah, and if you're in the Sierra Nevadas, don't go wandering into the wilderness there.
And then are we done with?
Yes, we're good with Penelope. We're good with Penelope.
Oh my goodness! And that's a newer one.
Mm-hmm.
So the
From
Yucca
the 60s,
Man.
yeah.
So the Yucca Man. This sounds familiar to me, but I'm familiar Sorry,
Yeah, this is another one.
multi-syllabic words
This
again.
is another one that spans multiple states.
Okay.
Saturn, California.
Southern California, Nevada, and Arizona. The general description is commonly said to be over 10 feet tall.
Mm-hmm.
Jesus fucking.
Big dude.
And less hairy than the forest dwelling Sasquatch. Well, because he's, got to be clean shaven. I bet he's even, never mind. Um, sorry, I couldn't, it was funny.
Yep.
Um, go ahead.
You know, you don't have to say every thought that comes into your head, right? Oh, you want me to?
The Yucca Man can be compared to the mule deer of the Sasquatch species.
Mm-hmm.
Often with mule deer, often described as a desert adapted Sasquatch. Most Yucca Man sightings come from the 70s and 80s. Well, okay.
Continue.
Okay. Oh, sorry. Near government facilities where Marines would describe them as constantly playing pranks on the guards surrounding the base. Also known as the Mojave Bigfoot, the Sierra Highway Devil, and Marvin of the Mojave. Oh my God. Marvin of the Mojave. The first documented sighting was in 1971 on the 29 Palms Marine Corps base.
Mm-hmm.
The story changes slightly depending on the source. Sorry, like I love this is fucking great. I'm gonna read it again after we're done recording. It is said that a Marine guard on duty was found the morning after his shift unconscious with his rifle bent in half. When asked what happened to him, the Marine stated that a huge, hairy man appeared out of the dark and came towards him. The Marine lifted his rifle and ordered the figure to stop, but it took the rifle from him and bent it in half. The Marine was then knocked unconscious, and the creature was stated to have, well, when they say a creature has glowing eyes, any video equipment, if you catch a person or an animal at the right angle, their eyes are going to glow. So, not so sure
But
about
I'm wondering if the Marine who actually was knocked unconscious is the one saying it had glowing red eyes and a putrid smell.
Yeah, but that's fucking crazy. So, according to the Occult Museum, both the FBI and CIA were brought in on the investigation of the incident, and it is not clear what they found out. Of course, they're not talking about it. Apparently, there were at least two other sightings of similar figures that night. One sighting described that there was a 12-foot tall figure with a smaller figure next to it. Other reports call it dogs going nuts and barking crazily.
So in Fontana, once upon a time, there was a racetrack north of Foothill Boulevard called Mickey Thompson's Fontana Dragway. This racetrack ran from 1955 to 1972 when it was closed after a series of deaths. Now, spectators of the crashes said that they saw someone they called the Speedway Monster, which was assumed to be a wild man resident of the nearby San Gabriel Mountains,
Speedway Monster.
who frequently crossed the land at the edge of the dragway. So they're basically saying that this creature, like, I think they're trying
Ran
to say,
across the track
and
and
caused the
caused.
crashes. Later reports of the Yucca Man came in 1979 when a couple from Desert Hot Springs reported that their car was stopped by a large, hairy man who stepped out into the road. They described that it stepped out from behind a yucca bush and that its chest was the size of a refrigerator with its arms hanging below its knees with long tan hair.
What? I'm sorry, but wasn't there something else with the yucca further up? Or is this the first
This is the
mention
first,
of
I
the
think.
yucca? Okay. I thought there was another. I'm just trying to piece stuff, you know.
Yep. After stopping the car, the figure then took off into the desert. And during that same year in Hemet, 17 possible Yucca Man footprints were found, each about 1.5 feet long and 6 feet apart. But what happened to those footprints is unclear.
There's a lot of Bigfoots going on in California, or supposed or possible
Right.
different variations of.
Investigators have claimed that, like Bigfoot, the Yucca Man is an ancient humanoid creature that was pushed out of his native habitat as the area around the San Bernardino Mountains began to develop. Increasing amounts of sightings have taken place at Joshua Tree National Park, where tents are said to have been opened in the middle of the night by stinking, unidentifiable beasts.
Stinky. That would be the skunk ape of Florida. They're Bigfoot, and we'll be talking about that in the next one.
And one of the most famous photos taken of the Yucca Man was snapped at the Hidden Valley campground, showing a large hairy figure in the middle of a dirt road. His back is to the camera, basically.
Oh, I've seen that.
Yeah.
It kind of grayish,
like a grayish brown.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So those are the cryptids of California. I mean,
and there's others.
There's a lot more.
There's others.
These are just like the most common ones that came up. So, yeah, crazy stuff happening in California.
We'll be talking about it, Florida's in a day or so. I don't know when we're posting this one, but you've got that under control.
Yes.
We love you. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you again soon.
Peace out, witches.
Peace out, witches.
Take care of yourselves. Take care of each other. We love you, and we can't wait to see you again.